I could have started Domino Development, this channel, 1 year ago when I first started my journey in personal development. Recently I tried to analyze why I didn't. I told myself that I wanted to almost overthink this decision. That's partly true. I did want to think through and prepare for this big project. However, I do also think that the overthinking disguised something else. Fear. I did research and found out that overthinking is linked to psychological problems, such as depression and anxiety. It may not be anything serious, overthinking is common, and it's probably anxiety or fear that's making you overthink. However, if it is serious and if you are a chronic overthinker, you should seek professional help. I'm just telling my personal experiences. So, what is my experience in combating overthinking? Well, the first step towards solving a problem is to identify the problem. You have to define what too much thinking is for you. Ask yourself what an unhealthy amount of thinking is. If you just listen to your thoughts, I think you will notice when you've crossed the line. I would say that the next step is to try and understand why you need to stop overthinking. For example, overthinking is enlarging the problem you were having in the first place. You're sacrificing time you could have taken action, and instead prioritize that time on overanalyzing. Overthinking even has a negative effect on our ability to make decisions. In order to stop overthinking, I think we need to be conscientious. Pay attention to when you're overthinking and try to stop yourself. A note on your desk or on your phone telling you to stop overthinking could remind you to try and spot the problem throughout the day. Overthinking is common in decision making. That's where I do the vast majority of my overthinking, and what we need to understand is that our ability to make decisions affect the amount of overthinking we do. A good rule is to limit the time frame in which you have to make the decision. This time frame will vary depending on the size and the urgency of the decision. You get to create the limitations, and if you do it honestly, you will see improvement. For the month of July, I'm taking cold showers every day, and it has magically seemed to have a positive impact on my overthinking. I did some research, and it turns out that it's not magical at all. Cold showers release tension and reduce stress, both of which are triggers for anxiety, such as general anxiety disorder. So if anxiety is driving your overthinking, you will treat both your anxiety and reduce your overthinking by treating your anxiety. Some good ways to do that are sleeping well, eating a healthy diet, as well as performing physical and mental exercises. If you're overthinking in the sense that you find yourself repeatedly thinking through the same thought patterns, you want to document your thoughts. And in order to document your thoughts, I recommend trying concise writing. The concept of concise writing is to write something clearly, with as few words as possible. It's a quick and concrete way to reduce cognitive load. If you're overthinking past experiences and events, it's a better idea to take your time and write down your memories as detailed as possible. You want unnecessary things to be stored somewhere else, not up here. When it comes to overthinking decisions, I've already recommended the time frame in which you need to make the decision. You can try this in your everyday life whenever you face a decision. What clothes will you wear? What are you going to eat? What movie are you going to watch? Give yourself a fair few seconds to make the choice. Of course, I don't need that long to figure out that I'm going to see Star Wars. My last piece of advice is to streamline as many moments of your day as possible. That's the point of having a routine. If you know what to do, you don't even need to think. You know when to go to sleep and when to wake up. You know when your work hours are and when you're free. Routines are powerful, and they help you with your overthinking as well. Okay, I didn't want to overthink this video. I wrote the script in one day, and I decided to just film the results. Now, I challenge you to stop overthinking. The journey starts now, as this video ends. My questions for you are, what have you learned from this video, and how are you going to use that knowledge? Think about that for a minute, or half a minute. Thanks for watching. This has been Domino Development, and peace out.